Kevin, well, great question. It almost seems like a planted question, but if you'll go to microstrader.com and click battle plan, it will take you to a page that shows you the latest battle plan. And you can click anywhere on this square rectangle. Just click on it and it will take you to the latest battle plan. Here, I'll put the direct link in here. There's the direct link in the chat. Also added one more thing, members, this morning, for those on Zoom, and actually I guess anybody. I don't know why I neglected putting an X here, but now if you click that X, this will disappear on today's battle plan. Tomorrow it should reappear. I guess I'll find out tomorrow, but I didn't add an X to the box. I don't know why. You can minimize it, makes it small. Of course, you can move it out of the way, but now you can also close it. So did that answer your question, Kevin? I thought you were already a member, Kevin. No, you're the Texas guy, the Roper. Yeah, you're not a member yet. And just make sure you click sign up for this Monday. I think you already are. Monday night free battle plan. And on Monday nights, for as long as I choose to continue giving it away for free, on Monday nights, that's where it's available. Yeah, you're welcome, James. This morning I was looking at that and I'm like, I should be able to make that disappear. So I apologize if that's been in the way. I have such a monster screen that this is never in the way, but I can see if you're on a smaller screen, this thing might be in the way. So it's got the X button there now. So we're all good. All right. Once again, like we talked about on the battle plan, if you wanted to take battle plan 1 again, I'm just not that interested in trading here. So I don't need every trade. So I'm going to be hanging back and watching a little bit more, but boy, that could have paid. But then again, you had to do it at the news release. I mean, I don't think you can do that. Sometimes the timing of entries suck. It could be 1 a.m. Who cares if that battle plan went? Hold on, Kevin. Let me address. Oops. Quit. Yeah, Kevin, let me address that. Actually, you must not have seen yesterday's AM briefing. Let me discuss that real quick for you. And I'm so glad you actually said that, because that's why I made a change yesterday. Kevin said the confusing part, it says Monday, but today is Tuesday. So I'm looking for today's plan. Well, let's click the battle plan here for a second. And one of the things I tried to clear up are 2 things. Number 1, Monday, Tuesday, MES Micros trade plan. And then you scroll down, and where the actual battle plan begins, the battle plan for Monday and Tuesday trading. So hopefully that would clear up any confusion you might have. Does that make it more clear, Kevin? And if I called it Tuesday's battle plan, you'd be like, and if you were trading the Monday night opening, you're like, where's the Monday? So I just chose to go with this structure. I'm calling it I'm not even calling it Monday battle plan. It's just Monday, Tuesday, and this is when it was posted. Does that make sense? And if you will take the time to go through this right here, the battle plan decoded, learn the basics. Let's click on that link for a second. The very first thing I address is your question. Battle plan publishing times. Does the Monday battle plan cover Monday and Tuesday, or just Monday? A 1-minute audio on that and a diagram showing you on the Monday battle plan, it covers Monday night and Tuesday RTH sessions. So that should make it crystal clear. Does that clear it up? All right, let's get forward. So daily reminders, we like to talk about stops. Stops is a cost of doing business, okay? It's just insurance for your business. And it is insurance because you can freaking blow up your account if you don't properly adhere to your stop loss. Live to trade another day. Keep that powder dry. You don't have to trade today. Don't bank your account, your mental equity on a single freaking trade. Stops provide information. What is it telling you? Let's talk about that in 1 second. Because yesterday, be a professional loser. Be a professional risk manager. You're welcome, Kevin. So yesterday, when ES grabbed this high here, let's go back over here. Oh, let me turn some of this stuff off. Don't need. So yesterday when ES grabbed the Asia London high, okay, and pulled back in, we discussed that if you were interested in a high risk, and I use that word, a high risk short, this would be a first ladder between 64 and 68 could be a possible entry. And your out is above that. You pick what above that means. Of course, we came into the backside, had a big bounce through, and ES said, no way, Jose. And we said, as soon as we got the strength of this move here to the strong range, I said, that's where I think all the shorts, they're done. They have surrendered. And they surrendered. And that's how I believe with that looked. So what information did that provide me? That's the information it provided me. So stops provide you information. I did not take that trade, and I didn't take the long yesterday either. So what do? You wait for your next setup. Okay. Entry reminders. I don't know why that thing resized. Is it a clean, clear, crisp level? If someone was brand new to our system and they're earning their first badge, and would we want them to mark that level? If that's a level we'd want a brand new person to mark, is probably a great level to trade because it's clean, clear, crisp, and obvious. That's a good level to trade. If you're debating back and forth, is it, isn't it? Well, either dial it way down or don't trade it and wait for the next setup. Does it have a backup level? I like backup levels, but it's not required. But sometimes you get lucky. You get a strong level and a backside 3 points underneath it against the VWAP. You know what I mean? Those are kind of
overnight levels, especially front sides.
Additional confluence levels. I would basically call those backup levels. What is the distance of the ideal stop loss? Where is this trade idea wrong? Not you are wrong. Where's the trade idea wrong? Some whale around the world could press a button and crush your absolute perfect A+ fat pitch. Oh my gosh, this has worked every time for the last year, and hand you a loser. You don't make things worse. You take your stop like a professional trader. Something might have just happened you don't even know about. Maybe we just dropped a bomb on Iran. Maybe someone just shot up the White House. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, just take the L. Am I with trend? So yesterday when we talked about that, it was just total confirmation. Bulls control 100%. Does this entry deserve full risk, or should I dial it down? Let's say you were going to take that high risk short pointed out yesterday. Is that a full risk trade, or is that a 1 micro trade? It's probably a 1 micro trade. High risk counter trade. Micro. If you're right, it could be really right. And you pay, and it gets paid very, very well. Hold on, I need to answer a question. We had a couple members join last night, and I'm playing catch up. Although, let me answer this one quick question on this page. See if Denise makes it in here. Does the entry deserve full risk, or should I dial it down? Never ever jump into a trader because you think or know, have a hunch what price is gonna do. And that's chasing price. That's predicting price. We don't trade breakouts. There are people who they say they're breakout traders, but it rarely is a long-term strategy that just works really well. So be careful trying to trade the breakout. Know your trade location. Oh, hey, Denise. That's one of the things I try to do really good, is keep us on the right side of price action by trade location. And that's what I was pointing out in the charts last night. How many ladders? You know, I treat shorts like microwave trades. Yesterday, 2 shorts were outlined here. Treat them like microwave trades. It makes it to target. I say take your freaking profit. If you got long from Friday's long and you're in the type of account you could have held, you're still long. You're treating it like an oven. So shorts are microwaves, longs are ovens. My humble opinion. Welcome, Denise. Did Jay make it in? I don't see Jay. Hey, Christine, one of the things I mentioned in the AM briefing this morning, if you didn't see it, is I wanted to make sure that you saw the settings tab there for the, hey Jay, there for the trader meditations. You'll want to go through those settings before you really start using the journaling software consistently to be able to use all the features and customize it and all that good stuff. So I brought that out this morning. All right. So last night, as we know, Battle Plan 1, the note on Battle Plan 1 was it's a low quality micro pullback trade, but it certainly, if a person would have done it and held, it hasn't even made it to the apex of this trade yet. Oh, okay, cool. You're probably like, oh my goodness, he called my name out. But I was thinking about you when I saw you do that. And I'm like, you know, I need to continually remind new people. And I might need a checklist as well. Like on the dashboard, you know, whenever you join, there's that onboarding, there's a checklist. I probably need to, might be my weekend project. Every weekend I like, what can I improve about our process or about the presentation, and I'm constantly working on improving what we do. Okay. All right. Now that more people are in here, I want to show one thing that I changed on the battle plan that I think you'll appreciate. So whenever I have a read aloud the review, there's now an X button, because if you're dealing with a smaller screen, let's just make this a smaller screen. That could be annoying. Just click the X button and it'll close now. All right, Bulls Control. Battle Plan 1 is the only battle plan trade activated at this point. If we make it up here to value area high, it could get interesting. But Bulls do control. All-time high is not that far away. We're a hop, jump, and a skip away. I'm going to keep those two things on my chart at this time. What a small Asia session. My goodness. How big was Asia here? 14 points. That's about normal, to be honest. Usually an overnight session under normal conditions is 20 points. Last night was 27. Kind of normal. ES is in a bit of a resting period. Dow just made a new all-time high. I'm going to go ahead and move it way up here out of the way. Shooting up like a cannon, my friend. My goodness. In our group, we tend to hang back the first 6 minutes. Rarely will you see us enter a trade in the first 6 minutes, which was really my danger zone for this entry yesterday. We called long. We were just right there at the 6 minutes when we mapped out this long here. I mean, had you taken it and held a single runner back, 60 points. Beautiful. But we're right there at that edge of that 6 minute mark. And the first candle was almost a 15 pointer. So I chose to stand back. And sometimes you miss the move when you do that. Price is very fast on the DOM here. I do have it loaded. When I live stream, I've learned I need to have my DOM loaded because it's just too much going on if I keep it closed during double live streaming. and then I try to launch it. So it is open, but it's hidden. I'd have to go unminimize it. All right. Let's bring up our essentials. Also, for new people who are part of the battle plan, one of the things I want to point out for you battle plan people, if you'll go to your settings, you want to probably turn on the session boxes. That is the green, blue, and yellow. So you have to turn those on. They're off by default. And the reason why it's off by default is they're full members have other indicators that already has it on there. And I don't want it to turn on twice because it'll be twice as bright. So if you're a battle plan member and you want to turn on the session boxes, go look at the settings. Go look at the settings. All right, so we're certainly in the upper distribution. I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and mark this out, RTH high. Back and forth here. Still inside of the London range. I'd really like to see us go ahead and reach up here to this strong level and see what we're going to do. And that's the apex of Battle Plan 2. The only person I haven't connected with yet is Brett. All right, we're all in the upper distribution. We're all above VWAP. Tech is looking A-OK. Bulls control. Risk of a liquidation break is high. That does not mean it will happen, but if for some reason this thing starts vomiting, we will stay clear and look at battle plans deep and see what happens. You cannot prediction trade a liquidation break. You will do it 10 times and fail 10 times, and then on the 11th one, it does it. You just can't do it. The only thing to be cognizant of is when that starts happening, we get big candles, we calm down. All right, I'm going to turn off the essentials at this point. I don't need this on here at this point. I'm just going to hang back here. So we didn't grab this overnight high, which is interesting at this point. Is that the canary in the coal mine? I don't know. NQ is still under the 2026 opening price. That is bearish from like a more yearly perspective. All right, are we about to lose the opening? How much was that up move? Only 6 points. I'm hanging back. Start getting big candles to the south. We'll just hang out. I don't have to be in that short. It would be extremely counter. But not grabbing that overnight high. Is that the little canary in the coal mine? It often is. Let's bring back on the essentials. 8-point candle. Okay. Remember, if we start getting big candles to the south, we will stand back, because the risk of a liquidation break is high. And then I'd love to see it at least come to this strong range here. So if we get underneath the half back, we'll bring up the deeper battle plans and take a look. One more minute. Could this possibly turn into a 15-pointer? Got to get to the bottom of the strong range to become a 15-pointer. And when that candle turns red, it's blood on the chart. And stand down until it bounces off 2 levels. That rule sucks. If you're desperate to trade, it's delightful because it's account saving many times. Now, that said, one of the trades I actually like is if I get a 15-point candle into a level that I want to trade. Usually you don't get a candle bigger than 15 points. So if I get a 15-point candle right into a level that I want to trade, it's riskier, but that is often a beautiful touch and go. I think Pappy likes that trade too. Well, didn't get a 15-pointer right to the strong level. Very nice. Bulls control until proven otherwise. Yeah, love it. Yeah. If I can get a 15-point candle directly into a fresh level that's expected to bounce, I love it. So beautiful bounce off the strong range. For those people who are new, this blue shaded area is called a strong range. It's where I think one of the most important levels exist on the chart. These horizontal lines are strong levels. So strong level up here, strong range here. And you will discover that they work pretty darn well. More than pretty darn well. It doesn't mean blindly trade every one of them. Pappy, I wouldn't trade without them.
No level, no trade, period. Make price come to you. No prediction trading. What are the break levels telling you?
Those are all you need. Those are the bee's knees. Thank you, guys. All right, so we're all in the upper distribution. Dow is you remember the electric company from back in the days? I think it was the electric company. Which one of these aren't like the others? Maybe. I don't think that was Sesame Street. All right, absolutely nothing here. We'll wait. Still inside of the London range. Well, I don't believe we have any news drivers. It already happened. Today is the day before non-farm payroll, so we'll just stick that in our cap and remember it. Which in of itself could lead to a liquidation break if people get a breath of what, you can't tell me that's not leaked from time to time. Personally, I'd love to see a really strong push. And Jay, if you'll go to that Discord group sometime today on the trading floor, I left you a welcome message with some introductory questions if you wanted to answer those, just as a way to say hey. And I would appreciate that. You don't have to. It's not a requirement of membership, but It's a way to get involved kind of quickly. NFP did not happen last Friday. It was scheduled to, but the partial government shutdown delayed it. All right, be careful. As we said, not grabbing that overnight high might be the canary in the coal mine. Will hang back. When bulls are in control, it's just not wise to be short very often. Had that thing reached up into here for battle plan 2 and gave us the signature to go short, I would have. So for those who are newer, you know, the strong range, usually the top and the bottom are both levels that bounce. And you're seeing that there. These are often great exits as well. So let's say you were short from whatever and you're coming into a fresh, strong level or strong range. That's usually a great take profit. But of course, if you're playing our 3 contract system, just keep a single runner back if you want. But typically you're going to get a bounce off both ends. Typically we start vomiting level schmevel. It doesn't care about any line I drew on the chart. These lines are good and rational price action. You start getting 15-point candles, it is no longer rational price action, in my opinion. Let's go take a peek at everybody else. NQ down, Dow up. That means ES is stuck. Low probability trading conditions. Low probability. Beautiful bounce off the strong range. Now that is 15 points from the opening. We get back above the opening, I will be aggressively looking for a long. So let's just take a peek here. Let's watch what happens off this strong range. At this very moment, RTH evidence is laddering down. That doesn't mean we're going down, just pointing out the obvious. So if we can get back above the opening, what does that mean? That means we broke that trend line. So if we get back above the trend line, I would probably not, I'd be interested in a long. Bulls control. And if we start pushing down, we'll just zoom out to deeper battle plan trades. You only need one good one. And after 250 points up, we need a pullback. But we also need a pullback that doesn't go to the bottom of the range. Got to be honest. Like, we really don't want a monster deep pullback. Because that would really set up a... Okay, to the bottom of the strong range. Basically retested the top of it. Let's see if we can break this little imaginary trend line and start laddering up. We recapture the opening. I will be looking to get long. If you're already long, I'd have my stop underneath the low here. I'm going to wait. I just know the risk of a liquidation break is really high. So be careful with early longs, is my only advice. And of course, just to have it on a recording, nothing is trading advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy that's sharing you what we do and giving you suggestions on possible trade locations and why. You get to make the final decision if they make sense to you. One of the analogies I love to use is you are the pilot of your aircraft. I'm like your navigator. At the end of the day, you are the pilot, and I'm just helping point things out on the chart like a navigator would on an airplane. Nice bounce off the top of the strong range. So masterclass in strong levels here. So if you took that long, I would now have it at break even, and hopefully we can reclaim the opening. To ultimately is the wrong word, but I would love to see us come up here to this strong range, strong level. So I'm just hanging back. There's no entry yet of interest to me. Let's go ahead and go to a 3-minute chart. A small 4.4 ATR. That is small for an RTH session. The first 30 minutes of trading. That will expand if we get a liquidation break. Dow is continually pushing. My goodness. Nothing here for me. Yes, it will, Joe. Joe reminded us that the non-farm payroll data delayed from last Friday will be published tomorrow. That is correct. Thank you, sir. New York is still inside of London. Nice move there. Bulls control. We recapture this opening. We'll probably take these two targets at minimum and hopefully come on up into the strong level here. See if we can reclaim the opening. Going nowhere, doing nothing. Still trapped inside the London session. 9 minutes to the top of the hour. Maybe that'll help inject some volatility. Dow's going straight up. NQ is struggling. It makes us struggle when there's the push-pull. My goodness, look at Dow. Almost up 1%. Okay, I'd like to see us really rip the opening here. Give us a strong push there. If you got long off the retest of the strong level, make sure you're at least break even. You might even want to consider capturing 50% of the move, because we may not recapture the opening. Microsoft up good, Tesla up good. The rest are a little struggly. See if we can fair value gap this opening. Or is it just a retest before we go down? Bulls control. Shorts would be counter, small if at all, if you decide to do it. All right. We reclaim this opening. We're going to take out the overnight high and the RTH high, most likely, with the goal of coming here to the 100, to this level here. My humble opinion. What do I know? I'm just a trader. That's how I see it. Andy, are you on YouTube? If so, did you get your strong level indicator to work?
Bigger picture. Single prints. Ranges.
Oh, okay. Yeah, often it's just a refresh you have to do on that. It's a very simple. It's not complicated at all. All right, so if you're long, let's target the value area high. Just get in there.
Stretch. Workout. Get up.
With the goal of coming to here. So we said if we recapture the opening, we're probably going to take these two highs and push to here. We'll see what happens here. This is a big area. Very big. So we took the overnight high. We come to the strong level. And we're pausing here. I would hope that we just blast right through it. We've tested it several times up here with rejections right at it. So hopefully this is the time it blasts through it and go to the next strong level. That's what I'm hoping. We shall see. Let me zoom this back out. Officially tapping the strong level again. And what you'd really want here is a big old white candle. Then you could move your stop behind the strong level. And if you wanted to take TP here, that would be the place to do it, in my humble opinion. Your mileage may vary. See if we can get a large white candle here. Come on, blow through it. You've tested it and tested it. Now it's time for a big white candle here. Come on. Get up there. Get up there. Big push. So if you took your long off the retest of the strong level, congratulations, you had a really nice trade. Yeah. If you can make it to there, you capture a 30-pointer. All right, we took the RTH high. Beautiful. We took both of those levels. We said on the reclaim of the opening, we're probably going to take both of those levels with the goal of coming to here. Will it get there? We shall see. We shall see. Come on, push it up there. We shall see. Make sure you catch part of this move, no matter what. If you're flat, we're watching to see what happens here. Do we get battle plan 2 set up? We'll talk about that once we get there. I'm capturing half the move as I went long at the opening. So I'm capturing half the move. I could have took a 10-pointer, but if we can bust it, we're going to come here better. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. But green day insured. Even 5 to 10 points a day compounded can make a difference, a big difference. Wow. My goodness. And this is not the all-time high. I just simply moved this way out of the way. Let me move it way out of the way so it's not even visible. Well, we made it to the two first initial targets, the overnight high, the RTH high, bulls control, shorts would be counter, small if at all, never making things worse. On a higher time frame, we are at an area where price has continually vomited from this area. Hard. Will this be the time it breaks through? I don't know. All you can do is hold a runner and see what happens. You can't blindly short here, though, my humble opinion. All-time high is not that far away. Let's take it from today's high. 40 points to the all-time high. Could we do that? Heck, we could do that in 3 minutes. So if we can clear up into here and you're wanting to hold a runner, I would probably just bring the runner under this strong level. Don't need any of that. Bulls control, nice 15-point pullback into strong level. Retested the top of the strong level, came to this strong level. We're kind of hanging out here now. We need a big candle. If we start vomiting down, stand down. Risk of a liquidation break seems high. Seems. I have my take profit at 5 points from the opening. If he gets me out, oh well. We'll wait for the next trade. Bulls control. Oh, come on. Get over that strong. Jeez. All right. 2 more points. I'm out. So I think we had really good vision here. We said it needs to break this imaginary line. When it retested here and we started moving up, I said if we reclaim the opening, it's probably going to take out the overnight high and the RTH high, and it did both. If you were able to get long there, make sure you capture part of this move. I'm capturing 5 points. 2 more points down and I'm out. I was really hoping it did a strong candle, just crushing over this strong level, but that's not what happened. We're now under it, which kind of stinks. I wish it was doing this above it, but it's not. So whatever. We don't know what price is going to do. We can just gauge where's the highest probability trades in the direction of who controls. Come on. Pop it. Get up there. Get up there. So while we're here, Battle Plan 2 had this idea here, that if we can get up into this strong level and have a strong rejection and get back under this strong level, that might present an interesting short. Are they on their way? My wife is off today, going to take her father to a doctor's appointment. She's a good daughter. Well, I'm not going to say that out loud. So she's being a good daughter today. All right, just hugging the strong level. Oh, come on. Come on. Go get that all-time high. You can do it. 40 points. You can do it. NQ is pushing back up. You would think it's going to retest its 2026 opening price. What happens when it does that? We'll keep an eye on that as we are in this long. There was the big white candle. I knew it had to do a big white candle to get over that. All right, let's see if it makes it up there to our magnet. get up there to our magnet. So if you took the long off the retest here, I would probably capture your 30 pointer, which is somewhere up in here. If you did the opening, it'll be about a 20 pointer when we reach target. Of course, you can if you did a 3 contract system and you want to play in perfect chess, you can do that as well. I think I'm going to take my 20 pointer. Is what I'm going to do. Just call it a successful morning. If we can push a little higher. I only did 1 contract, so I got my take profit at either 5 points or 20 points. I could move it to 10 points or 20 points. What should I do? It's just small. I'm going to do 1 point. Ugh, it's right there at that strong level. That stinks. I wish it was behind it. I think I'm going to capture either 10 points or 20 points, and either one of those I'll be good. For you big time ES traders, that's a really great trade. So yeah, I'm going to capture either 10 points or 20 points. We are in the upper distribution of this 100-day chop zone. You know, pulling the stops up to capture part of the move long is not a horrible idea. If you were able to get long yesterday or Friday and hold a runner multi-days in a retirement account or a cash account, I mean, congratulations. Try to stay in that trade and hit that all-time high. Bulls control, shorts or counter, small if at all. We were looking for the reclaim of the opening to reach our first 2 targets, the overnight high, the RTH high. Big white candle to get over the strong level and hopefully make it to the magnet.
No level, no trade, period. Make price come to you. No prediction trading. What are the break levels telling you?
And we know the risk of a liquidation break is high, so nothing like that has even got closely occurred. So I'm going to capture 10 points or 20. I believe we saw price action very clearly today as well. Very thankful for that. All right, beautiful. Let's get up there. It's like X-ray vision. Thank you, James. It is lots of butt time, right? You've been here with me for years now. Lots of butt time. See if we can get up there. You know, we're up 250 points. I mean, ES is going to get tired at some point. Non-farm payroll tomorrow morning. I mean, we might just fizzle out here and do nothing. What's been our range so far? All right, 30 points so far. It's not a bad day's range. All right, about to get me out at my 10 pointer. Don't care. I need to exit out of all of them. Too bad my 10 pointer's right at the strong level. That kind of stinks. But I'm going to capture the 10 points. And if it gets me out, we'll zoom out and look again where we're at on a higher time frame. And flat. Okay, exit all. All right, let's go do that. So battle plan 2, technically we're there. I was looking for this. So if you're really looking to get short and we get under the strong level, there's your short. So that's battle plan 2. So just to reiterate that, this is the zone where we're looking for a reaction back in. And if we get that, there is a short available if a person is wanting to be short off of that. Now, bulls control, shorts or counter, small if at all. It's just an trade idea. You know what I mean? But that's where we were looking for there to be a reaction back in. So just to talk about that for a second, this is where I'm expecting price to pull back in that could offer a short. So when I'm long coming into that area, that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and capture my 10 pointer. I'm now hitting an area that price might come back in aggressively. So that's why I was playing it tight there, is I knew we were entering battle plan 2 area. That doesn't mean it's going to play out, that it's going to work, that it's going to be anything. But that's what I was looking for there. Hoping it would make it to this magnet, which would have been what? The apex of the mapped out trade. But it didn't quite make it there. So I am fine taking what I can take. Remember, tomorrow's a big number. We may not go hardly anywhere today. But I do think the risk of a liquidation break is high. And we know where we're at on a high time frame, which we'll look at here in a minute. So if we get back under this opening, that could be real interesting. Made it into the battle plan zone for a possible reversal trade, possible short trade. So I would say that trade is activated if a person was interested in it. No, it's counter. Oops. Battle at the opening. Go to a 3-minute chart real quick. 3-minute chart, you had what? 15-point candle. Blood on the chart. If you're wanting to be safe, you don't trade until price bounces off 2 levels now. Irrational price action interjected, which is kind of what we're expecting today, is a liquidation break. Doesn't mean I have to trade for it. So you got blood on the chart. That's worth noting. So that's kind of how I was picturing a possible short working. Doesn't mean it will. Bulls control, shorts are counter, small if at all, never making things worse. So let's go ahead and use that opportunity to zoom out here for a second. Let me go to a 30-minute chart for a second. Let's zoom out. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. I don't need that. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. So this is the 108 days, okay, that we've been measuring and talking about. If you were to look at this from the high to, I'm going to do Friday's low, where are we? We are nestled right here in the upper distribution, where it's often better to look for a short than a long. But this might, because of this deeper pullback here, taking out this weekly low and taking out this weekly low, that might be the slingshot that sends us all the way to the north. So the ideal trade is to still be long from battle plan 2 down here, if you could have held, and see if that thing will slingshot up there. So let's now see. Let me push through here. Push through here. Needs to turn on strong levels. Let's go to a 1-minute chart. Are you out? Are you going to drive them, or are you going to? Okay.
Bigger picture, single prints, ranges.
What? I know, me too.
I'm just ready to.
Let me check one more thing here. I need to add that term to my own glossary, so I appreciate that. I need to make sure I do that. Bulls control. Shorts or counter, small if at all, never making things worse. See if we'll finally make it to the 100-day value area. Go to 3-minute chart. Certainly a break level there. Bulls control. Was that another 15-point candle? So on a 3-minute chart, when you get these red candles, it is recommended you don't trade again until you get 2 bounces. Could we consider the opening a bounce? I think you could. I think definitely consider that an open bounce. So it bounced once. Now you're waiting for the second bounce before you can re-engage in price.
Should I be trading? Am I biased? Am I following price or fighting price?
The appropriate spot. All right, I took the break level short. It was a greedy entry for battle plan 2. Didn't make a new high, so the trade did not invalidate. If you're short, try to stay short. If this is a liquidation break, it's going to probably be pretty strong. So I took the break level short in line with battle plan 2. Because it gave me a much smaller stop that would have ensured a green day. So that's what I did. Stop is now at 1 tick profit. So this will be my final trade. If it gets me out, I will be done and just have a 10-point morning. If we actually get a good push down here, it'll be a phenomenal trade. So I went short at 04 is where I went short. Against the core strategy level. And so I'll just stay short here. You could consider that now the second bounce if you're being strict about the 2 bounces, which is a smart rule.
Stretch. Workout. Get up.
Yeah, that makes sense, Pappy. 15-pointer right into the opening. Exactly what we talked about this morning. Pappy took that long there. You know, if you remember this morning, we were talking about it. We love a 15-point candle coming into a bounce level. And he took that. But he also said that he would have taken that short as well if he wasn't already long. So. And if it gets me out, I really don't care. It's a counter trade. It's kind of a lottery type of entry. That if this is where we break down, where if we do come back in, it could be a beautiful trade. If it gets me out at break even, I don't care. I could have captured another 10-pointer. I mean, it went 10 points, but I'm holding it back for the possibility of a bigger move. Oh, Brian, I wished. Brian said, George, you have the discipline and patience of a Buddhist monk. I don't know. Because when I was counter there, the smart move is to capture 50% of it. So I would have captured 5 points. I'd already be out. Looks like it coming to get me. Bulls control. My goodness. Come on.
IB high. IB low.
Oh, wow. Looks like you're going to get me. You play counter. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's not a horrible location to have played counter. Depending on your entry, you either took the gift to break even there. You can't let this thing go against you. You just can't. And out. Oh, well. I used it as a lottery ticket. Maybe that thing could have moved down, but it did not. Oh, well. Just can't let it go against you. It is what it is. Everybody's above previous day high. Bulls control, as we've said all day. And we'll see if we can make it up here. So all above. Bulls are firmly in control. Man. 04. Yeah, I knew I was up 10 points. I glanced at that and went, this could be a nice big day. There are no sellers. The only thing that would happen is if we had a liquidation break, which is a fast directional move that ignores everything. Yeah, just you stand down when that starts happening. This first 15-point candle, was giving me a, okay, if that happens, that'll be really cool. Didn't happen. Oh well. All right, you got IB highs and lows. You can mark out, and I think that just took the IB high. So yeah, we took the IB high, which it takes out the IB high a higher percentage of time than it does an IB low. Why? Because ES is an upward moving instrument. Just ugly. Let's go take a peek at everybody else again. So that's probably my final trade this morning. I'll watch it for the next 25 minutes. Unless something happens amazing, I'll be done. Take my green day. A 10-pointer, that's nice. And for a second, I had 2 10-pointers. That would have been fun. All right, back to the strong level. Nothing here. Just hanging out doing nothing. Good luck today, my friend. You're braver than me. Well, that means hopefully gets a six-pack when he gets home today. Not today. Not today. I can't. No, you can't. I said 24 hours. Oh, you gotta wait for tomorrow. Oh, it's thinking that man was gonna get that joy. Okay, word. Okay, I was saying hi. All right.
No level, no trade, period. Make price come to you. No prediction trading. What are the break levels telling you?
Wow. Oh, well. I don't think there were any easy trades today, but it would certainly feel at this point the easy trades are over.
Nope, not today.
Oh, well. Bulls control. Just no entries here now. You know, and just to reiterate a lesson, you know, I went short here. And typically when you are counter, the wisest move is to capture 50% of the move. If it really starts moving, well, your 50%, you know, has your stop further away. I chose to treat it as a lottery. And if it goes, wonderful. If it comes back and gets me, I'm fine with that. So that's 2 punches on my trade card today. One long here for 10 points. One short here that was up 10 points, but was nothing. So that's 2 punches on my trade card. I typically only allow 3. So we'll wait to see what happens this afternoon. I'm not going to trade any of this. So that would be it for me as far as entries are concerned. Will we make it to our magnet? I think we're going to make it here, but we had a nice strong rejection here, so this was worth an attempt at a short. My humble opinion. The better trade was what Pappy did, the long off the opening again. See ya. I love you. Give me a kiss. I love you. You're a good daughter. I love you. All right. Left to my own devices now. All right, hanging out at previous day high, bulls control. You know, earlier we talked about this little trend line here, looking for it to break, get back above the opening. All that played out well. And now if you had to draw an RTH trend line, it's this, right? Party time. I told her when she gets home, I'll take her to lunch. She was a good daughter today. I love her. What a gift. What a gift. Well, guys, not the easiest entries today, but
Bigger picture, single prints, ranges.
100%, you know, the battle plan hopefully was phrasing that up. There are no high probability trades here. There just aren't. So I wish there was. It makes live streaming funner. It makes getting into trades cooler. But there's just nothing high probability here. And with tomorrow being non-farm payroll, who knows what the rest of the day is going to present. If you're green, prioritize green over more. You don't need another trade. So that's my humble opinion. Your mileage may vary. I do appreciate the likes. Oh, absolutely. If you're many times at my AM briefing, my daughter leaves to go to school and I say bye to her, and family is what it's all about. It's not about trading. You know I still need to force myself to trade with bigger size. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not a, you know, this group is not about my trading. This group is about our system and keeping each other sharp and aware of what's going on. Like Joe this morning, you know, mentioned about the delayed non-farm payroll, reminding us of that. So truly iron sharpens iron. And that's very valuable to me. And, you know, one thing you never see me post really is my own personal trades and bragging about anything, or it's more about bragging about my traders, bragging about our system. You're not going to be in every trade. I'm not in every trade. So please don't think that if you're consider joining our group. I'm not in every trade. I'm not in every mapped out battle plan trade. Sometimes you're sleeping. Sometimes things have changed a little bit and you go, man, for example, one of the things I didn't say out loud, but I said it in my head. Let's go back for 1 second. Let's bring up these two battle plan trades. Oops, sorry. I brought up the wrong day. Close. Now, initially, first of all, I said if battle plan 2 happens first, don't do battle plan 1. Why? Because I believe the risk of a liquidation break is high. That's not what happened. Instead, we formed a base all night long. All night long. How many hours were we up here? We were up here 24 hours. Okay, we're up here 24 hours basically, right? Building this base. That made, in my opinion, battle plan 2 less likely to work out because all these people want price to go which direction? To the north. I would have much preferred battle plan 2 to be at near the opening. I would have much preferred battle plan 2 off the opening but we were presented battle plan 1. There was no way to be long into the RTH off of that trade. I mean, yeah, battle plan 1, depending on how you traded that and how you held your runner, it made it to target basically. I mean, I'm just a little short of it. You know, you know what I mean. So because of this 24-hour base, this made this a more risky trade. And that's why when I traded that, I did not trade the retouch of this strong level. I had a new core strategy level that I was interested in, and I traded a greedier spot. Still traded it, but small, obviously, and only using, and the reason why I had to do this, because I could only use, I made 10 points. So I want to ensure a green day. So my stop needs to be less than 10 points to ensure I have a green day. If this ideal stop would have been more than 10 points, I couldn't have taken it. I wasn't going to risk green over more. So
Start trading in 10 minutes. Only trade your best trading hours. Take a break. Walk away. Be done. Be content. Adjust afternoon risk settings.
So this entry right here was the only entry I could have taken for that trade because I needed to ensure that I had a green day. 04 was my entry, and the ideal stop loss on that is like 3 points or 4 points. So I was like, okay, if it gets me out of my ideal stop loss, I'm still fine. I'm green. You took a counter trade. That really wasn't the highest probability because we spent 24 hours here. These guys are fighting. And that's why the risk of liquidation break is so high. If they give it up, it's going to be so violent. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today. Very interesting. NQ is still under its 2026 opening. We are above ours. So no more trades for me this morning. I'm going to go ahead and close my DOM actually. I'm going to hit exit all. I don't need it anymore. I just don't need it. James has already left the room. Half the Zoom room's already gone, it seems like. I think half of the YouTube stream is done. There's really nothing to do here. But guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and just call it. There's nothing here I'm going to do in the next 9 minutes at all. I believe taking a break is more beneficial. Your mental and emotional equity is of the paramount. Trading does require the best of you, so it's time for me to take a break.